Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining me in this video. Today is Sunday, March 23, 2025. As we all know, Nigeria is in the state of emergency, security emergency. But amidst the constant kidnapping and killing across the country, we still have good news. Okay, like today, the news that came about the abducted priest in Anambra State, he was rescued. And yesterday, I told you about CDS Musa colleague, the naval officer that was kidnapped in Abuja in his home. He was also rescued. Okay, so these two people were rescued today, and I think that is the best news I received today, that among people that were adopted last week, two people were rescued today, being Sunday. Now, you know, rescue is different from when someone paid ransom. Okay, ransom is totally different from rescue mission. When you pay ransom and they free you, they did not rescue you. Rescue has to do with maybe the security operatives, maybe combing the bush, combing the forest, looking for the kidnappers, apprehend them, release the victims. So that is what I called, or what they termed as rescue, so that people will not think that you pay ransom and then leave someone that is rescue. No. So these two people, they were rescued today. Some persons say, oh, that Navy officer, they just kidnapped him yesterday, today they rescued him. That shows that the security operatives in Nigeria, they are colluding with them, because if that is the case, why is it that the poor masses that are being kidnapped every day, why is it that they are not rescuing them? That is a big question, okay? Now, let us understand how the priest was rescued in Anambra State. Sarah reporters the article reads that joint security team rescue adopted priest in Anambra. So it wasn't the soldier, it wasn't the police, it wasn't the vigilante, it wasn't any security body. Jointly, all of them. So it was not what one person carried out, maybe the police, okay? It's not what one arm of a security agency carried out. But we all know the importance and the vigilante group, what they have been doing ever since all this kidnapping, started increasing. The vigilante group has been doing extremely well, okay? They will be the one that will go to the bush, know where the kidnappers are hiding, because these vigilantes, all those areas belongs to them. They know the bush, they know what to do. You see why we always talk about, let us return power to the indigenous people. Let indigenous people manage their security, manage their economy, manage their affairs, because if you are fighting for your community, you fight with all your power. But police will first of all say, if I die today, government will not take care of my child. That place is not my community. The military will first of all try to know the kind of sophisticated weapon the enemy is carrying. But the vigilante, they don't care. They fight with everything they have. So that is, by the way, and the details of the article reads that a joint security team comprising the police, military, civil defense, and local vigilante groups from Ichida and Ihiala successfully rescued Reverend Father Stephen Echezona in the early hours of Sunday, March 23, 2025. That is today, as I said earlier. The priest was found unharmed after being held hostage by armed criminals. According to a statement from SP Tochukwu Ikenga, the police public relations officer for the Anambra State Police Command, Reverend Father Echezona was adopted at a fuel station in Ichida by armed men driving a white Lexus SUV without license plates. Okay. A gunfight ensued between the assailant and the joint security forces, forcing the criminals to abandon the Lexus in an attempt to escape. However, they took the priest hostage as they fled the scene. Following a coordinated hot pursuit, security checkpoints and operatives across the state were alerted. The pressure from the security forces led the kidnappers to abandon the priest at Ihiala before escaping into a nearby bush. The security team recovered the abandoned Lexus SUV and took control of the scene in Ihiala. Efforts are ongoing to track down the fleeing suspect and recover the Toyota Highlander belonging to Reverend Father Echezona. The situation is under control, and further updates will be provided as the investigation progresses, SP Kenga stated. Now, the kidnapping in Anambra State, all this kidnapping that they will come inside the town, kidnap, most of these kidnappings are not carried out by armed herdsmen. They are carried out by the indigenous people of Anambra, or related, or close states. So all this kidnapping inside the town, maybe they said, you see, they kidnap a Reverend Father at the petrol station. All those ones are not herdsmen, okay? These are the indigenous people, what they are doing, and it's so unfortunate. Imagine a Reverend Father, maybe he was going to do mass, okay, the service, and he just enter the filling station to fuel his car to go for his work. Okay, today being Sunday, they just kidnap him. So nowhere is safe in Nigeria. As I said from the beginning of this video, Nigeria is in the state of emergency. Okay, Nigeria is in the state of emergency, but the silence of the government makes us continue to say that we cannot continue like this. Okay, because the government are not doing anything. Imagine in Nigeria, 3 soldiers were beheaded. The government did not say anything up to them. No press statement from the government. CDS Musa did not say anything. But what baffles me most is not even their silence. Before, Kassim Shettima was going to Finland to tell them that we have insecurity in the southeast. CDS Musa was going from one international media station to the other, going to tell them that we have insecurity in the southeast. But what happened now? The Fulani attacks in Nigeria, they are not insecurity. What they call insecurity is maybe you see children protesting, they charge them for treason. You see someone say that, oh, the government is not trying. That is what they call insecurity. They said you are against the president, you want to cause insurrection, but people who are killing, kidnapping, burning their houses, these things, they don't call it, either terrorism or insecurity. Okay? They will hear, they will keep quiet. They will hear, they will keep quiet. Nigeria is becoming more dangerous, my people. It's not because we want to talk. Nigeria is becoming more dangerous. The level of, problem we have in Nigeria is not because of the insecurity alone, but the gesture of the government, the attitude towards what is going on scares everyone. The government scares everyone because no government at all in the world that will continue to keep quiet. Everywhere in Nigeria, there is no place, no community, no city to write about. Insecurity everywhere, nowhere is safe. People have resolved to self-help. And when you even kill people who are even fighting, trying to kill you, look at what happened in the case of Jackson. Supreme Court validated and gave Fulani herdsmen power. You know what that means? Someone came to kill you, you overpower the person, in the process you stab the person died, Supreme Court sentenced you to death. Nigeria is a kingdom of darkness. So people who pray against the kingdom of darkness should not look far. You are living in one. Don't pray. Maybe you say, oh, the kingdom of darkness in the night of Coven. Nigeria is worse than Coven. Nigeria is worse than kingdom of darkness. I don't even know the adjective I am going to use to qualify the state we are in Nigeria right now. But people are still succeeding. People are still living. And people are still dying anyhow. It's not palatable. It's not something that should be allowed to continue. So everybody should prepare for what to come. Not only what to come, everybody should hasten up, wake up to the reality on ground. Because this is no matter of preparation now. The time of preparation has passed. We are at war. So it is either you give up and prepare that any day, any time, your life will just go like that, or you just get ready for anything that could come.